All right, everybody, welcome in. This is episode 3 of From Baltimore to Orono. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody that listened or watched last week's episode. We got 58 viewers on YouTube, and we gained 3 subscribers. Thank you very much for that. We reached the goal of 25 viewers on YouTube for the second episode, so much appreciated. And then Spotify, sadly, we missed our goal. We only had 3 Spotify listeners last week, but shout out to those 3 people. Means a lot. And try to reach 5 Spotify listeners for this episode. But looking at the calendar, we are only 21 days away from the season kicking off. I can't believe it. It's already almost here. While I sit here recording this, the top 25 poll, the AP top 25 just dropped. So it's getting to that point of year. College basketball will be on our TV every day. And cannot wait to watch the America East Conference this season. Got ESPN Plus all ready to go. Definitely going to be watching a lot of games from the America East Conference this season. But this week's episode, the topic is ranking all the head coaches in the conference. It was actually a very, very tough list to make. Number 1 was pretty easy to pick. I think if you're a diehard fan of this conference, you already know who number 1 is. And then, in my opinion, number 2 was pretty easy to pick too. But other than that, 3 through 9, I had a hard time picking who goes where. But it was definitely a fun time making this list. And so let's get on to the top, or should I say, let's get on to ranking every head coach in the America East Conference. All right, coming in at number 9 on the list, place you don't want to be on this list, but someone had to do it. So number 9 is Grant Billmeyer from NJIT. His record at NJIT is 13-46 so far. He's coached 2 seasons there. This upcoming season will be his 3rd season there. So still a young head coach. Still learning. Still has time to improve there. He spent 11 seasons on Seton Hall's staff, and then 2 seasons on FDU staff. Shout out to FDU, the other 16 seed, to upset a 1. He also spent 1 season on Maryland staff. Pretty much Grant followed around Kevin Willard where he went to be on his staff. Kevin Willard respects him a lot, knows he's a good coach. His biggest win so far as a head coach was against Vermont in the 2023-24 season. They upset them at home, won by 2. If he could go 12-18, 13-17, that would be a huge improvement for NJIT. I think the fans would agree. Not totally sure. If you're an NJIT fan, comment down below if you disagree with that take. But I think if he goes under 10 wins this season, I think the seat will be getting warmer. But he's great at developing big men. While he was a coach at Seton Hall, he mentored Angel Delgado, and Delgado won the 2018 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award, which is the best center in college basketball. And he also helped develop, I'm going to struggle saying this name, but Sandro Mamu Kashvil. Not totally wrong how you say that name, but if you're an NBA fan, Sandro plays for the San Antonio Spurs. He's one of their big men that come off the bench. But Sandro went from playing less than 10 minutes per game to then winning the Big East Player of the Year in 2021. And that was a lot of the help came from Grant. So shout out to Sandro. Keep playing well in the NBA. But Grant Billmeyer, number 9 on the list, but could easily, at the end of the year, when I do this list again, could easily rank up in these rankings. But right now he is number 9 on the list. All right, coming in at number 8 on the list, we have Dwayne Killings from Albany. He's 51-76 at Albany so far. He's a former NBA assistant His biggest win so far was against Boston College in 2021, but he had a breakout year last season. They went 17-16 on the year. They earned their first conference tournament win under Dwayne Killings, and Albany hosted a conference tournament game for the first time in 7 years. So definitely on the rise. Albany's definitely on the rise. Hopefully they can keep improving. Dwayne Killings will definitely rise on this list if they show improvement this season. And another huge win he had last year was against Bryant, who Bryant ended up winning the America East tournament last season and were the regular season champs. So that was a huge win. Dwayne Killings coming in at number 8. If he shows improvement this season, he could easily pop into that like top 4 list. So Dwayne Killings, number 8 on the list. All right, coming in at number 7 on the list, we have Nathan Davis from the University of New Hampshire. His all-time record as a coach is 294 and 193, but at New Hampshire he is 24 and 39 as of right now. He coached at Bucknell for 8 seasons. He led them to 4 straight Patriot League regular season championships, and he's made the NCAA tournament twice, once in 2017 and once in 2018. In 2023, he was let go by Bucknell, and then a month later, New Hampshire hired him right away. So his biggest wins as a coach so far was against Lehigh in the 2017 Patriot League Championship, and then also against Colgate in the 2018 Patriot League Championship. But his biggest wins as the New Hampshire coach was for sure against their biggest rival, UMaine, in the 2023-24 season. He went 2-0 against them, and last season he went 16-15. Oh, sorry, never mind. He went 16-15 in his first season, and then last year they went totally backwards and they went 8-24. So, you know, if he does that again this year, or less than, let's say, like 12 wins, I think his seat will also be getting warmer, and New Hampshire might start be looking for other coaching candidates. But number 7 on the list right now, Nathan Davis at the University of New Hampshire. All right, coming in at number 6 on the list, I think right now with who's already on my list, I think the fans would agree. Like, that's how it goes, 7, 8, 9. But this is where people might start disagreeing with me. This is where it started to get really difficult how to rank these coaches. So this might be a hot take, but coming in at number 6 on the list, we have Jim Ferry from UMBC. He's 385 and 347 all time as a head coach. He's 60 and 68 at UMBC. He was formerly a head coach at Plymouth State, which is a D3 school, and then at Adelphi. I think I'm saying that right. Adelphi is a D2 school. And then he went on to coach Long Island University for 10 seasons. After that, he moved on to Duquesne and coached there for five seasons before getting fired. And then in 2017, he joined the Penn State staff and became the interim head coach after Pat Chambers resigned. His biggest win as a coach was against St. Louis, who was ranked number 10 at the time. He won that game during the 2013-2014 season, which he was the head coach at Long Island University at that point. And then his biggest win at UMBC so far was against Pittsburgh in the 2021-22 season. You don't hear that often, a American East school knocking off a ACC school. So that was a huge win for him. So, but after going 18-14 in both of his the first 2 seasons, the team has declined since then. 11-21 in the 23-24 season, and then 13-19 in the 24-25 season. So I know UMBC fans, if I had to guess, probably have, definitely. I mean, they definitely have higher expectations than 11-21 and 13-19, especially being the first ever team first ever 16 seed to knock off a number 1. So, if he goes around the 13 and 19, 12 and 20, 11 and 21, 10 and 22 range, his seat's for sure going to be getting warmer. But if he can get back to at least over 500, then Jim Ferry won't be worrying about his job at UMBC. But number 6 on the list, might be controversial that I put him here. So debate in the comments, UMBC fans. Call me an idiot if you disagree with this take. But number 6 on the list, Jim Ferry. All right. Coming in at number 5 on the list, I ranked him over Jim Ferry just based off how long he's been at this school. So longevity definitely played a part in this list. But so coming in at number 5 on the list for ranking all the head coaches in the America East Conference, we have Pat Duquette from the UMass Lowell. He's 175 and 188 at the school. This year will be his 13th season coaching at UMass Lowell. 175 and 188, that is a losing record. But in the last 3 seasons, he's definitely turned it around. He's 65 and 33 in the last 3 seasons. His best win so far was at Dayton in 2021. Once again, American East Conference school knocking off a team like Dayton. That is definitely a huge win for the conference. He's led the team to 3 out of the last 5 America East championship games. He won the America East Coach of the Year in 2023. And also in 2023, they went 17-0 at home. And then he also was on the Boston College coaching staff. And while he was there, he helped Reggie Jackson. You might have heard of Reggie Jackson, NBA player, for probably, I want to say Reggie Jackson's definitely been in the league for at least 12 seasons. Definitely could be wrong on that. But Reggie Jackson, he helped develop there while he was on Boston College. Like I said, this is where it got tough ranking these coaches, so you might be shocked that I ranked him number 5. Maybe you think he should be in the top 4 or the top 3. Maybe you think he should be 6 or 7. But Pat Duquette on my list is number 5 for head coach rankings in the America East Conference. All right, coming in at number 4 on the list, we have Lavelle Sanders from Binghamton University. He is 55 and 67 all-time there so far. He was the assistant coach at Binghamton before becoming the interim head coach for the 2021-22 season. So when he took over as interim head coach, Binghamton didn't really have long-term plans for him. They really just wanted him to coach that one season while they searched for a different coach. But he did so good at during the 2021-22 season. He led them to their most conference wins they've had since 2010. He became the full-time head coach after that season. His biggest win was definitely against Vermont last season. Anytime, Vermont's just been the king of this conference. I know they didn't win it last year, but, Vermont has dominated this conference for the last, I would say 15 years. So anytime you beat Vermont, it's definitely going to be a huge win for you as a coach, especially when you're in this conference. But so during his first 4 seasons as a coach, Binghamton and Vermont are the only teams in the conference to win at least 7 conference games each season. He's led them to back-to-back 15-win seasons. That is Binghamton's highest win total in 15 years. So my biggest question is, can he lead them to over the 500 mark for a record this season? So watch out for Binghamton this year. They are improving each year. Lavelle Sanders, number 4 on the list at Binghamton University. All right, coming in at number 3, before I say his name, this is the coach I think I might get the most shit for ranking this high. The fan base of the team is gonna love that I ranked him this high. So I'm just basing it off his experience as a coach so far. But John Ferry, all the coaches I listed from 6 until now, definitely, you could make an argument that they should be number 3. But at my list, number 3 for the coaches in their conference is Jamion Christian at Bryant, the new head coach for Bryant. He's 147, 161 all-time head coaching record. He was a head coach at Mount St. Mary's, Siena University, and George Washington University. When he was at Mount St. Mary's, he won the Northeast Conference Tournament Championship twice. He also won the NEC Coach of the Year in 2017. He's known for his mayhem defense. He loves to press a lot. What I was reading is that, I don't know if he himself got it from Shaka Smart, but they said the comparison is how Shaka Smart's defense was at VCU, where he pretty much pressed the entire game or for most of it. And then if he was back in the half-court defense, he loved to trap a lot. So known for defense. It's hell for any offense going against any team Jamion Christian coaches. So look out for Bryant this year to be very good on defense. His biggest win as a coach so far was against New Orleans in the NCAA tournament, the first 4 games. He has 18 years of experience being a college head coach and 2 years as a pro head coach. So after he got fired from George Washington, he went over to Italy to coach in one of their pro leagues. And while he was over there, he won the championship in that league. So under his belt, he's got 1 NCAA tournament win and 1 championship in the Italy Pro League. I forgot the name of it, but one of the pro leagues over there. But he has big shoes to fill, replacing Phil Martelli Jr., who won the conference last year and made the tournament. So Bryant fans definitely have high expectations going into this season. Jamion Christian, number 3 on the list. Might be a hot take, but I think he's definitely earned to be the top 3, especially with a school like Bryant, putting their trust in him. So I definitely think Jamion Christian should be top 3 in the conference. So shout out to Jamion Christian, number 3 from Bryant. All right, coming in at number 2, I think these last 2 coaches that are on this list were the easiest to rank in my opinion. They were the clear-cut, 1A, 1B. So coming in at number 2 on my list, I have Chris Markwood from the University of Maine. He's 48-48 so far as their head coach. But let me just say this. As a UMaine fan, he's totally turned this program around. I mean, I'm 25 years old, and, growing up, they were never good. They've just never been good. There'd be multiple seasons in a row where we wouldn't even win 10 games. So he's definitely has, brought some friggin' life to this school. UMaine fans, they have it good right now. High expectations going into next season. So what I've written down here, like I said, team went from getting less than 10 wins a season to last year playing in the America East Championship game. He's brought in the highest rated recruit in school history, Ace Flag, a 3-star recruit. So shout out to Ace once again for returning to his home state in the to play at the University of Maine. Shout out to Ace. He definitely, if I can remember, I'm pretty sure Ace Flag got recruited from University of West Virginia. So the fact that, Ace Flag is choosing to come play for Maine instead of going to play at West Virginia, who plays in the Big 12, that should tell you a lot about how good of a coach Chris Markwood is. His biggest win so far was against South Florida in 2023. And, being a Maine fan, just let me tell you, beating a team like South Florida, that's got to be one of the biggest wins in program history, I would have to guess. I mean, definitely the biggest win in program history was against Michigan State in 1986. So shout out to Matt Rosnall. But definitely, I would say I'm not going to go crazy hot take on this, but definitely a top 10 win in program history, beating South Florida, who was the American Athletic Championship regular season champs that year also. And it was at South Florida, so we went on the road and beat a team of that caliber. So shout out to Chris Markwood. He went 20-14 last season. That's Maine's second winning season in 21 years. So just think about that. His first America East Championship game, or I should say Maine's first America East Championship game in 21 years. He had 20 wins, was the most wins for UMaine in 25 seasons. So is this the year that the University of Maine finally gets into the NCAA tournament? I'm begging as a fan. It would be so cool. I know when the women made it, they've made it, I think, at least 3 or 4 times now in the last decade. It's just, the whole state rallies around the school. It's so fun to watch on TV or to go to the game. And, Maine is such a small school that the fact that we can watch them play on ESPN, even if it is ESPN Plus, it's just a cool feeling. Never thought it would happen. And the fact that they played, I'm pretty sure the game was on ESPN2 last season, the championship game. It was just a surreal feeling to watch the University of Maine on national TV. So, Chris Markwood, UMaine, I'm rooting for them this season. I really hope this is the year they make the tournament. So shout out to Chris Markwood coming in at number 2 on the list. All right, coming in at number 1, clear-cut number 1. Pretty easy to decide. He's a legend in the conference. I would say he's a legend also in the just in college basketball in general. I think everybody knows who it is already. Coming in, number 1, John Becker from Vermont University. 329 and 132 record. He has 9 regular season championships as a coach, 7 America East Conference tournament championships, 7-time America East Conference Coach of the Year. He's got the most wins in Vermont history. First year as the Vermont coach, he won the America East tournament. He's the second coach in the America East history to win the conference championship in his first season. His second season as a coach, he became the second coach in America East history to have back-to-back 20-plus win seasons. And then in his third season, he became the first coach in America East history to have 3 straight 20-plus win seasons. He's the fastest head coach to reach 100 America East Conference wins, 11 postseason berths, 6-time. He's made the NCAA tournament 6 times, 12 seasons with 20-plus wins. Every full season he has coached, Vermont has won 20-plus games. And since being the head coach, only Kansas and Gonzaga have won 20-plus games in every full season. So this guy, absolute legend, John Becker, Vermont. You have to go through Vermont in this conference. I know they didn't win it last year, but Vermont is just the well-respected team. They've been elite ever since he's taken over. So John Becker, his biggest win, I would say it's between 2. I would say against Lamar in the NCAA tournament, first 4. Winning in March Madness is huge. And then just a regular season win, his biggest regular season win was definitely against St. John's in 2019. America East school upsetting a Big East conference school. It's rarely heard of. It hasn't happened much. That honestly could be the first time it's ever happened. So shout out to John Becker from Vermont University, an absolute legend. All right, everybody. That was a list of ranking all the head coaches in the America East Conference. Shout out to John Becker and Chris Markwood again. Sorry to anybody that's a fan of the teams that I ranked poorly, but that's the fun thing about making these lists is, this is all preseason hype, all preseason thoughts. I could be totally wrong with my list, and at my end of the year list could be totally different than what it was. Grant Billmeyer, depending on how they do, maybe NJIT has 20 wins this year, and Billmeyer moves into the top 4. So that list is what it is right now, but definitely could change in the future. But just wanted to say thank you guys for listening to episode 3. This podcast has been a lot of fun to do, and I cannot wait for the season. I've been counting down the days, 21 days. So next week's episode, I'm still trying to figure out what the topic's going to be. I think it's probably just going to be me ranking the teams and how I think the standings will be next season. And then for sure the episode in 2 weeks is for sure going to be breaking down the first week of the regular season with all the America East games that week. I haven't really decided yet because I know I got to post Monday, November 3rd is the first day of college basketball. So I will be having an episode that Monday. And that's when the season starts. That's when I start doing 2 episodes a week, which I cannot wait to start doing. But so I think the Monday episode before college basketball starts, the week before, I'm definitely gonna break down the games, and then I think for that Monday, the November 3rd, the day college basketball starts, if there's betting odds out, I'm a huge sports gambler, so I think I'm gonna, if there's betting lines out, I've never really bet America East games in the past, so I'm not really sure how the lines are because I know with the big schools with like Duke, Kansas, sometimes those lines are out friggin' 4 or 5 days before the game is. So America East, I imagine those lines don't come out until the day of the game. So if those lines are out, that episode I definitely will be providing my insight on picks. And I think the rule that I'm going to set for myself is the only time I bet on America East games is if I'm betting on, if I'm taking the America East school to either, cover the spread or win the game. If I think, Binghamton playing Syracuse, depending on the spread, say Syracuse is, for some reason only the 11.5 point favorite, I would think Syracuse would cover that, so I wouldn't bet the game. But if Binghamton's the 20.5 point underdog, I would consider betting that game, taking Binghamton. And living in Maine is going to be tough because I can't bet on UMaine games. So that's going to be tough because I definitely would want to. But I'll still provide insight and still say if I think you should bet on Maine, I'll still give out the pick, even though I can't bet it personally. But 21 days until the season comes out. I can't believe it's already almost here. The AP Top 25 just dropped. So if you didn't know, go check out the Top 25. As a Maine fan, I'm also a big Duke Blue Devils fan. So if we have any UNC listeners, pretty much I'll just say fuck UNC. But that's for a whole different podcasts. But this was episode 3 of From Baltimore to Orono. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to set the goals for YouTube. You guys have crushed it both weeks, so I'm going to raise the goal up to, I'm going to put it at 35 viewers for episode 3. And then and I'm going to set the goal for subscribers to put, say, at least 2 subscribers for this episode. And then for Spotify, I'm going to set the goal at 5 listeners again. We're 1 out of 2 for goals on Spotify. Instagram, I was wrong last week. I don't know why. I thought it was 20 followers already. But we're at 16 right now. It's been tough getting followers on Instagram. So I'm going to set the goal at 1 follower after this episode. Hopefully gain 1 follower. And then on Twitter, I'm pretty sure we're up to 60 followers. I want to say that. If not, then I'm definitely setting the goal to get to 60 followers before next week's episode. And Facebook, we're at 20 members right now, I think. So if you're on Facebook, if you're still using Facebook in the year 2025, other than just to check your hometown drama or to see what your family's up to, just search up From Baltimore to Orono on Facebook and join the group. Anybody's welcome, and would love to see you there. Also, wanted to give a shout out to the Discord I'm in, all about the America East Conference. Can't remember how many members it is, but if you go to Twitter and just search up hashtag AE Hoops, and there's go to the latest and scroll down, maybe to last week, I think the guy tweeted about it, but you'll see the Discord list. If you're on Discord, definitely a fun Discord to join, especially when the season gets going. That Discords will be popping off, so I wanted to give a shout out to them. But all right, this was episode 3 of From Baltimore to Orono. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.